Hello. I know the gallery's empty, so I'm going to take you on a little tour. So, oh, hello. um, Here we have some quotes about Lancer life and a quote about the exhibition, really. Here we cover tough times, which is the impact of HIV and AIDS on the Lancers. First case is just kind of giving you a taste of who they were. They were Brighton's gay leather bikers from 1980 to 2001. There were 150 members at their peak. Those are just some newsletter covers. This is Ken Burton, who lived in Lancing, who was one of two tailors, Ken Burton and Phil Green, who formed Filk'n Casuals. You can see an advert there for their menswear shop in Brighton. And then at the bottom, there's a photo on the right-hand side. You can see Ken Burton with the white beard. Now, he was a tailor, and around 1980, he formed the Sussex Lancers. And here you can see the bikes lined up against the Lancing bungalows, which is rather cute. There's a mug. There is the patch, the shield, the emblem. There's a t-shirt. Thank you. About a third of this is from the Bishopsgate Institute, so thank you, Steph and the Bishopsgate. Here we have the 4th birthday party, which took place in Whispers Club, which was renamed Villagers the following year. And a lot of events took place outside of Villagers, so here is a private nightshirt party, obviously. Then we are moving on to 1986, and these are some events up on the Sussex Downs, and 2 adverts for events that would take place in Villages. Then we have 2 commemorative photographs of a Sussex Lancers visit to Bournemouth Leather in 1987, which young Lily Savage was the Saturday night entertainment. In 1988, the Lancers joined the European Confederation of Motorcycle Clubs, and because of that they held an event every year that all the other clubs could come to, and they called theirs Brighton Bound. Here are 9 fantastic photos that were done as a photo shoot for that poster. Down by Shoreham Power Station, as you can see, and by the beach. Then we move on to 1990 and the 10th anniversary, the 10th birthday. We have them up at Devil's Dyke and having tea at Amberley. And then we have some photos from a Rocky Horror Show event they put on. And there are 2 Pride photos. 1991, Brighton Bound happens again with this wonderfully 90s poster. And 3 fantastic photos. They were formed in December, so their Christmas and birthday party kind of merged. Moving on to 92, fantastic photo of Tony and Trevor and Tony, bar staff, down at the basement of Villagers. 2 photos from Brighton Pride that year, 92, and that was around the year they left Villagers, and here is them starting Brighton Bound in Revenge. 93. They go, one of the features of that year was a bike run in Belgium, organised by a Dutch bike group. But it was also the year that Operation Spanner started affecting bikers. And that year is remembered by a lot of bikers, where they came UK bikers who came home and came and destroyed their information. Look up Operation Spanner if you don't know about that. But it means there's a lot less material after 93. These are two newsletters from 94. Oh no, that's 95. Wrong way around, 94 and 95. And then 97, the Federation of UK Clubs has their annual conference in Brighton. And those are timetables of an event. On here we have a timeline which I've just kind of talked you through. And this is where they gave their archive to Brighton Our Story in 2001. It was returned to them in 2013 and burnt a few years later when they assumed no one was interested. Here's some quotes about the mod aesthetic and the Lancers getting started. Around the corner, I've covered the impact of HIV and AIDS on the Lancers with Tough Times. Thanks a lot to Alan Spink for this incredible job, and to Peter Shapcott for this photo of him and his partner, Sebastian. And then we end with some quotes, Lancer life. Or did we start with that? We might have started with that.